I admire the athletes in all sports, especially those that have reached the top of the league of the profession. It takes time, dedication, and strength to reach these heights, whether it's in the Olympics or professional sports leagues. Now, motorsports are exciting, and I love the world of the Rally Championship. It is the toughest motorsport there is, but the most expensive motorsport out there, and filled with lots of rich kids, is Formula One. That brings us to this film rant about F1 the movie. This film doesn't depict the bullcrap that really rules Formula One, with its amount of rules, corruption, and of course, Nepo babies. F1 is about a racing team in the Formula One League that is not doing well. They have a young driver, but they need a new way to race or to win. So the owner of the racing team decides to call in a favor with an old Formula One racing buddy known as Sonny, played by Brad Pitt. And Sonny needs to join the team and help them look at things differently, race better, and also find their weaknesses and iron those out. The team has a young driver called Joshua Pierce, played by Damson Idris, and Joshua is all about the endorsements, expensive contracts, and fame that comes with being a Formula One driver. And apparently the ego comes with that too. Now, with all these ingredients that make up the characters on this team, it adds for a lot of drama, and this film really brings the drama of being in Formula One. All the characters go through the ups and downs in this film, and yes, you do get to see actual Formula One drivers cameo in this film too. And they are all familiar faces. But that's not the point of this film at all. This film is not about the fast cars and the glitz and glamour. It's actually about working together as a team, working towards a common goal, cherishing the people and the memories that surround you. And because F1 is not just a sport, it's actually family. The engineers are entrusted to produce the best equipment needed and data to tackle the races and develop the designs of the race car. The mechanics are entrusted to maintain the car and keep the parts running in order. The pit crew are entrusted to deliver the shortest time possible in a pit stop during a race so the driver can get back out on the track in time, and also the drivers are entrusted to take everything the team has put into the car and deliver the win in the race. This is what the movie F1 is all about. The journey, the people you meet, the dedication and the passion for the sport. So now we are at the rant section of this review, and I just have a few points to bring up regarding the Formula One movie. So point one, Sonny is actually a lone wolf that travels around the world from what we can see at the end of the film, participating in various races, and I guess it's because he loves racing. At the end of the movie, he goes to a new race after the Formula One. He's helped him. He's achieved his goal. He's even won a race himself, finally, in F1. But then he leaves immediately, even though he has like a love interest in the F1 team. But he says, I'll meet you down the road. And he just leaves and he goes to do some other race in some other country. And it seems like when they ask him questions, oh, why you want to do this? And he just smiles and he looks down, kind of like just showing that it's because he loves racing. It doesn't matter how dangerous the race is or what the race might entail. He just loves racing. So he's like a lone wolf. He's like the godfather of racing, is kind of what they want to depict. He's the guy that just does any race and wins. Point number two. It was nice to see that the F1 team built such a good bond together with one another. But is it really so in the actual Formula One team? We all know that we all get along with our colleagues, because we have a great personality. But what about like F1 teams? Like it seems like it's so tight, stringent, time-consuming. Everything's got to be on point. You really got to pull your weight in these kind of teams. The pressure's high because there's a lot of money involved, and not to mention all the cameras are all on you, and the commentators are speaking about you, and there's a lot of pressure involved in being in the Formula One team. What I thought was that, this movie is it really like that in a real Formula One team? Or is it actually that this film is just here to promote Formula One to the viewers again and to remind everybody that there is the highest pinnacle of motorsport racing and it still exists. It's out there, it's on your screen. You just have to switch over. Was this film just to promote that and not the passion for the sport, to be honest? Coming to my point number three. When Toto from Mercedes makes a cameo and he speaks to Joshua and extended an invite to Joshua to join his team, It is ridiculous to have Joshua respond to Toto with, "Thank you, but I'm glad where I am right now." In the real world, any driver would take the opportunity to be a driver for Mercedes. And why would you write that Joshua doesn't take the opportunity, depending on the kind of character that he is? He's like a golden boy, okay? He's an up and coming racer. He's young. He's an up and coming racer. He wants to be famous. He wants to get bigger contracts. Like, even though he's got character development where it's about the passion of sport, and the fact that he also said he's not going to be doing all this partying and everything. He wants to focus on racing. And then the opportunity for him to be part of a team which has all the finance, all the funding, has all the equipment, and has one of the best cars in the racing league that they're in. And he says, "No, I'm happy where I am." Even though Apex is always under the fact that, even though at the end of the movie, Apex doesn't look like it's going to go, but the fact that Apex isn't one of the best teams. So why would you have why would you have Pierce's character deny taking Toto's invitation? Toto did say in the film at the end, the invitation is always open. But why would you let Pierce say those kind of things? I think in terms of his character, they should have just said that. They should have had Pierce respond by saying like, "Okay, well, let's set up a meeting, and talk about these things. Go through like what everything entails." That's what they should have done, you know. So basically, they just had Pierce have character development in the type of person he is, and not really in his career. Even though, I mean, they could have done it like that. If there was going to be a sequel, it would have been cool to see Pierce part of another team. And now it's kind of like real rivals. Coming to point number 4. This film actually had good special effects, and the camera view from the drivers, from the cockpit of the vehicle and everywhere that you could see, the camera angles were pretty great. And, it was like watching a real Formula One race, because they actually do have the different angles on the cars during a race as well. So it was like really, really cool. Uh, this was really well detailed in terms of the fact that this is a Formula One movie. Even though they didn't incorporate all the other things that Formula One does incorporate, which is the corruption, the rules, blah blah blah, those kind of bull. But the fact that it had the passion for the sport, the cars, and the people that's involved in it, the teams, not really the higher ups, the regulators, and all of those things. But it was cool to watch. Point number 5. I think maybe I should have just point number 4 and then point number 5. Point number 5 should have actually been first, and then point number 4 should have been last. But anyway, point number 5. I like the experiments and the projects that go into the design of the best car possible and the facilities that is used. It's cool to see these kind of project facilities where they have the airflow go over the vehicle, and they can monitor and test and see the friction and the speed and everything, and measure like how it hits and the torque and all of that. I thought that was like really cool, as it just shows you how expensive it is to be in Formula One, not just as a driver, but also the type of equipment used in the projects and testing of the vehicle, apart from just the parts that is on the vehicle, like the wings and the fins and everything. Those are also expensive, but those aren't the most expensive things out there. The team has all these facilities where they do testing to see if they can make the car faster and more streamlined, or slipstream in a sense. I thought that was cool. We don't really see that in Formula One when we watch the races, but it was cool to see that in the movie, that this is the kind of energy and time that goes into delivering the fastest car for the team possible. Like, that was cool. Lastly, I enjoyed this film. I think it's a definite must see. It might do so well that there will be a sequel, and we get to see the guys' storylines and see where they are in the second one. That's now if they do make a sequel. But you won't regret watching this film at all. And also, enjoy it, stay safe, and I'll see you again. Bye.